Welcome to Japanese Classroom. This lesson is about how to change verbs intoないform.ないform is also called the plain non-past negative form. Before we start, I'd like you to remember one grammar jargon in English. That is to conjugate. To conjugate means for verbs to change their forms. Okay, let's start. First, I have to remind you that there are three kinds of verbs in Japanese. They are Ichidan, Godan, and irregular verbs. Ichidan verbs do not change much. When conjugating, only the ending changes. When Godan verbs conjugate, the last letter of their stem moves up and down within the same column of the hiragana table. Irregular verbs do not follow any rules when conjugating, so you need to remember them one by one. But Japanese has only two real irregular verbs and two semi-irregular verbs. Today we will start with Ichidan verbs. The dictionary form of all Ichidan verbs ends in ru, and their negative plain non-past form end in nai. With Ichidan verbs, in order to make it in negative, you need to change mas or ru to nai. That's all. Very easy. With Godan verbs, you need to use this table. But before we do anything, we need to make one modification to this table. That is to change the very first letter a to wa. Japanese people dislike two vowels put together, so when conjugating verbs, wa replaces a. With Godan verbs, the letter before mas is always one of the letters in the second tier of this table, which is an I sounding letter. To make that into its dictionary form, we need to move to the tier below and remove mas. So all Godan verbs end in an U sounding letter. In order to make it into negative, we need to move that into the top tier and add nai. Very easy. Let's have a look at a few examples. In kakimasu, the letter before mas is ki, and that is in the second letter in the k column. In order to make that into its negative form, we need to use the letter above ki in the table, which is ka, and add the nai. So kakimasu becomes kakanai. In case of kaimasu, I goes up a ladder, but that a was already changed to wa, so it becomes kawa, and you need to add nai. So the whole word is kawanai. In case of isogimasu, to hurry, gi goes up the ladder to ga, and nai gets added. So the whole word becomes isoganai. It's not hard, is it? Now, irregular verbs. They don't follow any rules, so you need to remember them as they are. Kimasu, kuru, becomes konai. Shimasu, suru, becomes shinai. But with nai form, we need to add one more verb to this table, which is arimasu, aru, to be or to exist. Arimasu is usually considered a Godan verb, and if you follow the 5段 verb rule, it should be あらない. However, ない form of あります is just ない. So it is a kind of irregular. These ones, you need to remember them as they are. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. For more useful information, please visit EasyJapaneseE.com. また今度. See you next time.